Father Sean, Mother Liz, and Sister Marissa will accompany him. His Branford 10 College. Zach is also a starting pitcher on the baseball team. His favorite memory is the 2019 Turkey Bowl. Next, number 14, Saquon Bruton, wide receiver. Mom, Christina Selby, Dad, Daniel Bruton, grandmother, Deborah Bruton. He also runs track and field and basketball. His favorite memory, as most Chichester kids have, is beating Sun Valley. Next, number 3, Marquise Fields. Running back, cornerback. Mother, Kamila, sister, Denana, brother-in-law, Corey, brother-in-law, Jamil. He'll be attending Shippensburg University, major in physical therapy. He also runs track. His favorite is league beating Sun Valley for our Turkey Bowl.
I got water. I'm good. Thanks.
Next, number 25, Ron Henson, middle linebacker. He's escorted by Anthony Benson, his dad, and Adrian Solomon, his mom.
Thanks, sir.
He grades to attend Hollywood in business and major in business management.
I'll take Gatorade. I already got it.
Favorite memory because of little
Got blue?
that you decide from.
Sorry. Oh, I'll take that. Thank you, sir.
Oh, grab it.
Thanks. Good Lord.
Next, number 57, Anthony Davies, offensive line, defensive line. His brother Richard, father Samuel, two brothers Samuel and Jeremiah. His future plans are to attend White University and major in sports management. His favorite memory is last year pep rally when Coach B hair got cut. It was not a cut, it was a balding. John Barry III, offensive line, red tackle, defensive line. He's accompanied by Amy Ballard, his mother, and John Ballard, his father. Future plans are to attend White University, majoring in robotics engineering. Choir and go check. His favorite memory is creating a robot go tech, winning the Turkey Bowl in 11th grade.
I was thinking by us, yeah, whether they care or not, they're not share me.
Next, Ranier McDowell, accompanied by Dad Richard McDowell, cousin Katrina Benton Stokes, cousin Katrina Stokes, cousin Adire Stokes, and cousin Ed Stokes. Those future players are to attend Delaware State and major in sports management. Other activities for Miller, basketball and baseball. His favorite memory is playing football his senior year. Next, number 13, Sayer Edcock, defensive end. He's escorted by Sir Jonathan Hancock, his father.
That Greg was always playing, man, about
Attending college for physical therapy is his future plans. He also played varsity basketball and was captain. Next, not starting tonight, number 23, Xander Squire, running back. Mother, Vivian Squire, brother, George Squire are accompanying tonight.
They turn around and married.
He will be attending Westchester University to study exercise science as well as pursue his career in track and field. He participates in track and field as a jumper and a sprinter. His favorite memory is getting our first win in the 2019 season against Deansville. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a big hand for our graduating seniors of our Chichester Eagles football team. Next, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to honor our graduating senior cheerleaders. There are four this evening. We have three captains. First is Krista Doberstein. She's accompanied by her mother, Joyce, and her father, Gary. She plans to attend Wyoming University and major in nursing. She's in Art Honor Society. She's cheered all 4 years here in Chichester. And she also has memories cheering at all the football games. Madison Piper, varsity captain, accompanied by her mother Jan and her sister Brianna. She plans to attend college to become a physician's assistant. Our other activities are Red Kappa, Marathon, Student Council, lacrosse, cheerleading. Her favorite memory is the Pine Forest cheer camp her freshman year. Next, ladies and gentlemen, is Jackie Renzi, accompanied by her mother Betsy, her father Joe, and her brother Joey. Her plans are to go to college to become a radiologist. Other groups she's involved in the high school are National Honor Society, Red Kappa, Art Honor Society, Baseball Manager, Yearbook Committee-thon, diving in her junior year in the district, 4 years of varsity cheerleading. In addition, Jackie's been cheering since she was 2 years old, and her favorite memory is winning a turkey bowl her sophomore year. Our next cheerleader, Julia Wilson. She's accompanied by her mom Brenda, sisters Bethany and Jenna, and her best friend Abby. Julia plans to further her education at Westchester University and is unsure of her major at this time. She's involved in activities such as our youth goal, mini-thon committee,
Just come sooner whenever you're ready. Just jump on.
Julia is part of the Honor Society, Red Kappa Honor Society.
As soon as this is
Done before the game. Okay.
Her favorite memories are
unless you want to be on during the game.
definitely her first football game freshman year, national mini-thon, and junior year homecoming.
Hey, Khalil.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a nice
Khalil.
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 I'd like to introduce our band, senior band members. First, number one, Desmond Johnson, who is a tuba player.
So when this is over,
His mother, Olympia Johnson. His future plans are undecided at this time. Other activities.
when this is over, me and the AD from Chai are gonna fuck. I'll see you.
married, accompanied by his mother, Deborah, and Vincent, with Sister Courtney, Sister Kelly, and I understand virtually she's here. I'm not sure where his girlfriend's out. Plans are to attend college, most likely George Mason University in Washington, majoring in government and international affairs. Activities, conjugated jazz band, vocal IQ, honor society, national honor society, Rotary honor society.
We don't want that on tape.
Society president, Spanish honor society, close-up stage crew, and FBLA. And then listen time to get actually to sleep. His favorite memory of getting to know everyone I met along the way and making friends.
But it's Friday, so.
That's a great mark.
Next, ladies and gentlemen, is Kristen Toys, member of the Color Guard. She's escorted by April Johnson, her mother, Edward Joy, her father.
I don't know. They told me to come film in this room. I'm sorry, I'm outside. You guys gonna be here all week? That would go for us. Yeah.
Her future plans to attend college and major in nursing. She's planning to attend Illinois County Community College. Other activities here at Chichester are lacrosse and choir. Her favorite memory is her sophomore year district trip with the choir and band. Next, ladies and gentlemen,
Who's your
after
fan?
the color guard Sarah is here, she's escorted by her parents, Stephen and Nicole Levere, her siblings, Elizabeth, Joshua, Rebecca, Joseph, James, and Caleb, her nephew, Rowan. Her future plans is to attend Chichester University and major in nursing. She also wants to spin for governor.
Turn the camera over this way.
Come
this way.
Color activities in Chichester, 8 years in the indoor garden, 5 years in marching band, and 4 years in choir.
You want to move the
Her favorite
camera?
memory is also going to Disney with the marching band and spinning the green down Main Street.
Okay. So probably once when the game starts, you got to slide back over. Can you zoom in on us and get a closer look?
Father Mike and brother Matthew. His future plans are to attend college and major. Right now he's undecided. His other activities are concert band and jazz band. His favorite memories are laughs I share with my friends at the bus ride competition. Oh, there's bus rides to clock. We're going to go back, step back 1 minute, ladies and gentlemen, to reintroduce Quan Bruton. He got here a little late, so we don't want to exclude anybody. So, he's escorted by his mom, Christina Selby, Dad, Daniel Bruton, and his grandmother, Deborah Bruton. He also runs track and field and plays basketball. And his favorite memory may be in Sun Valley. So, let's give all the members of the band and football team, particularly just about a round of applause.
All right. Welcome to Chichester High School. I hope you guys got to view some of the streaming of the seniors tonight. And we're here now with the AD, Paul Lyman.
Yep. How are you? Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. We're happy to be here. We're happy to be a part of your senior night. It was very festive.
Yep.
A lot of people in the pandemic were out.
A lot of people for the circumstances we're in. A lot of people here, and it's a beautiful night. And maybe a little too windy for our football players, but a great night for us.
I'm sure they'll figure out a way to play. I think they're going to be happy to be out there as well.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit. Obviously, on senior night, you introduced your cheerleaders and the football players. But did I see a few other people getting introduced there as well?
Absolutely. Besides tonight, we have a lot of things going on. And first of all, I have to thank you guys for coming down and doing the live stream for us here, because at the same time this football game is going on, we have a mini-thon being streamed from our gym. So they're using whatever video equipment we have. So I got to acknowledge and appreciate lugging all this stuff down here and doing this work for us.
We're happy to support, happy to be a partner with you guys in the league and in our relationship as well.
Yep.
I actually tell us a little bit about the mini-thon, if you can, and where is it available where people can tune in?
I just tweeted out the link for it. Mini-thon typically is a large event in the gym, a couple hundred people, all competing in different activities and all. This year we're trying to do it virtually, so every year is a different theme. I think the 5 o'clock hour we were doing like cake decorating, so people could do it from home and submit their video for it.
Nice.
This past hour we've been doing a quizzo type of thing.
Okay.
We've got some samba dancing coming up. So I'm a little busy at the football game. Otherwise, I'd be dancing.
I said we were going to move the cameras inside and watch you do the samba. So we're here, and you guys got multiple things going on, which is awesome. Awesome for the campus. Obviously, it's a challenge putting things together, and you're here, and like you said, it's a beautiful night. Why don't you just tell us a little bit about the process of putting these things together and just the pandemic in general? How are you working it out here at Chichester?
It's like every week we're figuring out a new way, and we're figuring out new things we have to be concerned about that we didn't think of the week before. This being our third home game. Okay. Our first three were all home games. Oh, wow. So now we're veterans at this. So this is easy. You know, we've got the ticketing situation more or less down. We send them out electronically. Okay. We don't charge anybody, but you got to have a ticket to get in.
That's very good.
So that's how we're able to limit and space out our guests a little bit here.
That's good. That's good. And we wanted to be part of that as well so that everybody could see it. But even though, you know, at some of our games, some of the fans like to sit outside the gate.
Absolutely.
And watch the game. So we were happy to come and stream it, to be part of it, so we could send it back to our community as well. We've put a lot of work in. Trying to get our spring sports together in the fall and coming together with United 10. It feels a little crazy. How do you feel about doing it right now, being involved in it?
I am exhausted.
Yes. Yes.
That's it, simply. I just tell my wife I'll see you again in June. You know, we're all the time, and every time something falls through, that's okay. We've got 2 and 3 contingencies lined up. Yes. And a lot of people think we had all this free time. Well, no, we were building contingency upon contingency. Yes. So we've been doing a lot of things, and that's why when things happen last minute, we're able to deal with them simply because we've tried to think through everything, but there's always going to be something you didn't think of.
And there's 2 parts to that. I mean, just to kind of go back on what you said, for those that don't know, pretty much we're running the full athletic season from January to the beginning of June. So it's like you're taking the whole season and running it back to back. So right now it's pretty much for fall sports, we have a game pretty much every day. Like it may be Fridays if you're not doing a makeup, which I'm trying not to do. We're going every day. And I felt bad last week because somebody wanted to make up a game. And I was like, I got a day off. I got doctor's appointments that day. So it has been a little difficult. And I got to talk to Coach Bryce before the game and ask him the same thing because I felt it's a lot of challenges for our coaches as well to kind of think about preparing for a game, but to also realize it's not the same sandwich kind of the same way. And he kind of picked up on that. So what has your talk been like with the coaches in dealing with that?
Coaches, the struggle has been communication, only because it is constantly changing.
Yes.
And I understand their frustration. And as things change, I get it out as quick as I can. And as you know, I'm hearing from so many people. Yeah, sometimes things fall through the cracks, and by the time I get to it, it's a little bit late. So that's frustrating for the coaches. But at the same time, they recognize, you know what, we're not doing this to win any trophies or anything. We're doing this simply to give the kids something this year, because it's that kind of year.
Yeah, we're just trying to really give the kids a chance to play. And there's been moments when I was like, I don't know how good of an idea this was. But when I watch the kids play,
yes,
they're so happy and excited to be out there that it just kind of pulls away, and you're managing that and what's going on in their private lives and social lives and work lives, and dealing with their siblings, maybe doing babysitting, and then also top of that, academics. And that's been a challenge as well.
That's been a real struggle. And even when we were looking at going back to full virtual, as much as I talked about, hey, we can't have athletics if we're not in the building educating.
Yes.
But having seen the process, I started talking the other way. We need to give these kids something to engage them, because the academics alone in front of a screen at home is not doing it. We need to get them more engaged, and this has certainly helped the ones that are involved.
There's only so much that Madden and NBA 2K can do to replace that thing. And so we're here tonight. We have a beautiful night, and we're thankful to be here. Paul, it's always been great to work with you and do the things we do for the Del Val, which is we wear many hats since we're a small league, and we try to put on the best program we can for our communities and the kids as well. And so we're happy to be here. Anything else you'd like to tell your community, our communities, before you go?
Both of you. I'll tell you, I am just really impressed with what all the coaches and all the administrators have done pulling this together, because it was not easy. We have canceled games that we're not used to canceling, rescheduling games in a real small slot of time. So it really is an accomplishment, and I'm just happy to see the kids out here. And what I was most worried about was unnecessary injuries, because we didn't have the time to really prepare like normal. And, injuries is part of the game, but I'm not seeing what I was afraid of.
Yeah, the kids are bouncing back around. I can tell that they're a little sore. I feel like
they're sore.
I saw it last week. I said, oh, they're hurting. But in the end, I definitely want to say to our administration, who kind of had to believe in us, that we could do these protocols and try to create team pods and things to make it work. And then all the way down to the parents and the students, and the ladies that were out front at the desk helping me try to navigate my stream team in and my trainers in, and there's so many people that have to wear a hat, and even though we sometimes might wear the boo-boo for things not going right, we also get the credit, but it really takes a collective effort, and we just want to thank everybody for their involvement. Absolutely.
There's no way we do this by ourselves.
Yes. All right, well, we're hoping we're going to put on some good football for you, and I'll try to entertain you. Me and Paul are up here kind of like the ABC booth here having a little conversation. And we'll be back in a few minutes with football.
All right. Thank you.
Good.
Thank you, team. I appreciate this.
Hello everyone and welcome to Chichester High School for this United 10 League football matchup between the Penwood Patriots and Chichester Eagles. I'm Ray Dunn, joined by Rap Curry as the Patriots try to improve to 3-0 on the season. And as for Chichester, they're trying to bounce back after a loss to Chester last week. Rap, we're getting close to kickoff, but for those not so tuned in, what are the expectations for tonight?
Listen, play football. You know, we're here. This is game 3. It's beautiful out tonight. You know, we're getting some great weather. As we were talking, it's a lot to try to put these things on, and we're here about to kick off, and let's have it.
Let's have it. Penwood to kick off. They are in the white uniforms, and Chichester in their maroon to receive. You mentioned it's a gorgeous day. The wind leaves a bit to be desired. But other than that, a gorgeous day. I don't know about you, but I got to walk around outside a little bit earlier this afternoon. His kick is away. And let's get to some football. Reeves pulls it down for Chichester, trying to make a move to the left. Cuts back and brought down about the 45, 46-yard line. That's starting Reeves. And it'll be good starting field position for the Eagles.
Yeah, he turned a little pooch kick into something. I didn't think he had much room to go, but he got a few yards out of it, and they got great field position to start the game out. And we'll see. I'm always looking at the line play to see who gets the push early, and that gives us a little start on how the beginning of the game will go.
Absolutely. Looking at this offense for Chichester, Zach Taylor, the senior starting quarterback, so a starting pitcher on the baseball team. He comes out in the gun. They are without Brian Ham as the handoff goes to Marquise Fields, trying to cut back. Picks up a few. But a really good job there by the Patriots swarming him. But yes, they're without Brian Ham, one of the guys they like to use in the backfield. Similar role to the way that Penn would be familiar using Jordan Jones.
Yeah, actually, they do some of the similar things that we like to do, which is to try to get outside and have some guys that can make people miss. And so I know part of our game plan tonight is just to kind of force them back inside and take away some of the angles.
We shall see how that one plays out. Solid week last week for the front four, especially in that second half. Really solid start to the season, first two games for that front four on the Penwood defensive side. As Taylor in the gun takes the snap under a bit of pressure, firing incomplete. He was trying to get that one out to Edward Swinton.
Yeah, it just the little pieces that I know and watched so far. I know they put up some points in the Father Judge game early on, but it was difficult last week with Chester. But they tried to kind of play into our similar strength. We're trying to get you into some long third downs, which we have here, and get our pass rush after you and try to get you to throw into our secondary. So see whose style is going to benefit from that. It's kind of both having the similar strengths.
Would you say the gambling is similar? Are you looking for a play here to pick up a few and go for it on fourth, or are you trying to pick it all up right here?
I think you try to get close.
Try
to get close. They got a punting game, so they might try to play field position, but
Taylor in the gun, fires low, incomplete. That one was intended for Fields, and it'll be fourth down. Bit of a changing of the guard on the field, which tells me they're going to attempt that punting game.
yeah, with it being a little windy, he might even get a little extra boost, but he definitely was punting very strongly in the pregame.
Well, Taylor from quarterback to punter. Takes a snap and sends this one away. That's a nice kick. Jones waiting on it. Just lets it roll. Roll down to about the 16-yard line, and that is where Penwood's offense will take over. Fresh off an explosive second half last week. Rap coming into this one. You're around the team much more than I. What did you see this week? What are the expectations?
Well, you know, there's a game every day, so I don't get to get my eye out there the way I would like to, but I know that things are running around our quarterback. The more calm he is and more confident he is, the better our team will play. And now obviously the plan is to get the ball into Jordan Jones' hands and see what he can do.
Liked what I saw from Kemp in warm-ups. Whether that translates, we shall see. He comes out under center and That was a fake. That ball, did it come out? I think that came out. That one was ripped from him, and it's Chichester football.
And you see there was a mix-up in the backfield. Somebody ran the play wrong. Quarterback decided to keep it and muffed it.
And we're going to look at it one more time. Yeah, just a miscommunication, bouncing off a couple of guys on the offensive line, and that one's just stripped clean. It's number 4, Zaire Bush, that was able to pull that one away.
And I can't tell you, I'm super impressed to get the replay early in the game here. A little pregame preparation worked out for us.
In the gun now, Taylor going to run it himself and quickly runs into the Penwood defense.
I think that's truthfully, first of all, he does everything for them.
Right.
That guy does everything for them in multiple sports, but we're going to be trying to keep him inside, try to keep keep the fast guys under in containment. I think you'll see a little more coverage leaning to 3 since one's not playing, and so the challenge is going to be what they're going to do here. I think they got to try to dump it off somewhere short and try to pick up a couple yards.
I think it was Mike Keene on the stop on that last play. I wanted to check that one out. Didn't want to credit anyone. What they didn't do there is kept it to a 2-yard gain. Now Taylor in the gun. Looking, now running once again. He is dragged down.
Got some good yardage there, turning into a 3rd and short, about 3rd and 4 maybe.
Zeke Mara bringing him down, but yeah, 3rd and 4, so time to capitalize on the good field position. It's interesting in the pregame, as you guys were discussing in here, I got a chance to walk outside, take a look over the field behind us. They have the whiteboard set up, the bleachers set up, and just a sign of the times where you would have taken it to the locker room and discussed there. They were in the open air discussing what they were going to do, and obviously I couldn't see that far. I can't tell you what they were game planning rap, but it's interesting to watch. Remind me of it watching Taylor listen to his coach on the sideline as he's now in the gun, and he sends Fields in motion, and we got flags flying. And Penwood jumped early, so that'll be a 1st down for Chichester. And they're just outside of the 10-yard line.
Yeah, they took their time there. Looked like they were definitely trying to draw Penwood off. Big 3rd down play to get the 1st down without having to make a play. Gift given by the Penwood Patriots.
So now 1st and 10 at about the 11-yard line. Coming out with an empty backfield. Fields in the slot to Taylor's left. He sends him in motion, takes the snap. Rolling, looking. He finds Fields. Fields tries to cut back. And he's met by quite a few Patriots.
Trying to get him some touches out in space. And he got the ball and had a little wiggle to him, but not a lot of room out there. Penn Patriots are definitely leaning towards him tonight.
You had a benefit of going against Jordan Jones in practice, I'm sure. Learn how to break down and make that open field tackle.
That's where the game is. That's where the game is played. You got to be able to create plays out in space.
Well, now 2nd and we'll call it 9 from the 10-yard line. Taylor with Fields to his left in the gun. Sends a man in motion, takes a snap, hands it off. Cut back. And once again, Patriots stand him up, but keep on shoving. Extra effort picks up a few. Not enough just to hold it there. Got to get him to the ground. That one to Aaron Scales for a pickup of a few.
Interested to see what's going to happen here. They've been trying to spread the field out here with the guy coming in motion, taking the handoff. I don't know if that'll open it up for the quarterback. I can see him trying to pick up a few yards in between here, see if he can jump into the end zone.
Well, 3rd and 6 from the 7-yard line. Scales now to Taylor's left. Taylor in the gun, takes the snap, fakes it to Scales, and he's going to be brought down. That ball came out. Waiting on a ruling here. I believe Scales got on top of it. He did. As Taylor takes the hit, loses the ball, and now a long 4th down. Take a look at it one more time.
And there was Jay on with some pressure up the middle here. Got his hands up and dislodged the ball, and I thought we had it there, but good replay by the lineman or the running back to pick it up. And we got a field goal here.
Scales getting on top of it now. Taylor going to attempt a field goal. And the snap is high. Taylor going to just fall on top of it and go to the ground. So what opened up as great field position inside the 20 turns into Penwood football at the 31-yard line.
Well, you know, I think that quietly the Penwood defense, I know the offense had a lot of history over the last few years, but really when you saw in the big games, those games were tight, and we had to hold teams, and we were able to do it. This is our 3rd year with our defensive coordinator, and it takes a lot of pride in keeping the points down. And once again, that's Penwood with a stop deep in their territory.
And they've done it a couple of times over the first 2 weeks, keeping games close, keeping teams out of the end zone. As now Kemp tosses this one back, cut back by Jones. Jones into open space.
That's a touchdown.
Jones just has to keep on chugging. Oh, he's pulled down from behind all the way down to the 9-yard line.
Big play.
So
Big play.
exciting to watch.
And you watch him, he's really one step away. And once he hit the middle, let's take a look at this. As you can see, he's coming to the line, and look, quick cut back, and there's nothing but open field. And I've been teasing him because I know Coach Len Jordan has been talking about the fact that he got caught in 2 touchdowns this year, but, man, he turned that into a big play. About 70 yards there, maybe?
Yeah, Marquise Fields able to bring him down. And now Kemp out of the gun. They're going to give it right back to Jones. He's bouncing to the outside, trying to get into some space, heading towards the pylon. And he'll be down just shy.
Not much rest there. Right back at it. Took what looked like to be a little bit of counter right. Found a little hole, and I thought he was going to get in there. Got close.
You watched Nasir Brown get a touchdown after his long run last week. Imagine he's not coming out of the game.
I think this is Jordan's comeback touchdown game. We'll see. I think he'll get another carry here. Shotgun.
There'll be 2 Kemps left in the gun. 2 tight ends, 2 receivers. Fakes the handoff to him. Now Kemp working his way to the goal line. Patriots say they got it. Officials say they don't. So it'll be 3rd and goal from the 1-yard line.
I was going to say inches. Coach Troop kind of spread the team out a little bit, taking a timeout here. He spread it out into shotgun, which I thought he was going to give it back to Jordan, but they read the option and he kept it with the quarterback, and I thought he was going to sneak his way in there.
Is this the place where you go to Suber?
You know I like Big Suber down here. In
I
these
know
tough,
you do.
Tough to tackle areas. But I'd like to see Jordan Jones get it. He brought the ball down the field. He got us close. I'd like to see him get in the end zone here.
That's fair. That's fair. I just know deep down in the red zone, I know where you're going most of the time.
Uh-oh. I think Jordan's out here. You might have called it.
I think you're right. I don't see him. So we've got Suber in the backfield. 3 receivers, 2 to the left, 1 to the right.
Well, Penwood line has been winning the battle up front. So here you go once again. Opportunity to give it to the big fella.
And the handoff to Suber. And he's in for the touchdown. The Patriots strike first.
Big Sub in there.
I mean, he's hard to bring down. That's the 1-yard line. That's where I'm going.
That's a good fantasy touchdown
That
there.
is. That is. Look at it one more time. Yeah,
Whole lot of man right there to tackle.
You're not stopping him.
1 carry, 1 yard, 1 touchdown. Worth getting drafted. Here we go. Penwood going for 2 points here.
2-point conversion. Kemp in the gun. He's got Suber to his right. High snap, able to control it, tries to run, and despite moving forward for a little bit, he's dragged down. And Penn will not convert on the 2-point conversion. Getting back to your fantasy football point, Jones goes 62 yards and probably 5 or so more on that next carry.
Yeah.
Ends up at 67 yards. That's 6 points right there. Suber, 1 carry, 1 yard, touchdown. That's 6 points right there.
Well, you know what? He doesn't complain about it. He came off the field. It wasn't any slapping or disgruntledness coming off. He knows he's going to get the ball and make plays, and that's what he does. So.
And I think at this point we're going to speak Penwood fantasy football into existence.
Well, Penn got the big drive, get the big play on the first drive, and got the big run from Jordan. And the follow-up into the end zone by Suber, got them both get the hands on the ball. See if the defense come back out and be tough up front, get the ball back for them.
And the defense set them up, really, after the mistake. Able to keep Chichester off the board, get the stop, and obviously helped a little bit by that high snap on the field goal.
Yeah.
But
those are big plays. I mean, you look at the situation, and – you know, we had an early turnover ourselves, senior night, give up some points early, could turn the momentum of the game around. So then we get the big stop and then the big run, and, you know, it feels like we got some early control.
And now Penwood to kick off. This one bounces, and it's going to roll on by. Field's able to pick it up deep in his own zone. And he's trying to make a couple moves upfield, and he's going to be brought down at about the 11-yard line. Never as easy as it appears to pick up those balls off the bounce.
Yeah, it's, you know, that's the hard part, right, where nobody's having those deep kickoffs, but it's hard to get those tackles. And here we got the special teams coming down. And the guys busting down here, taking away angles, very in their spots, under control, and good solid tackle.
Ends up working out really well the way they covered that. The left side where he ends up bouncing out to, or my left, the way I'm looking right now, is had a couple guys coming down a little bit slower than the other side. There's now a snap. Taylor hands that one off, and a good solid run to start this drive. That is Zaire Bush. One forced the fumble earlier on defense, getting some tick now at running back.
Well, I mean, obviously Penwood is trying to force him up the middle, so they took what Penwood gave him there and ran the guy in option coming across, and had the motion. They had to respect the motion coming across, and then it opened up a couple of little driving lanes. And good run, about 5, maybe 6 yards on that carry.
2nd and 4. Backs in the eye. Really a condensed set here. This one back to Bush. Bush runs into, I believe that was Williams that got him first. It was, and tackle finished off by Penwood. So as soon as you take one step forward, they really, really keep you from moving down the field. And this is something that I imagine was worked on in practice after you watched last week, where there were a couple drives there that they were just having the ball run right down their throats.
Yeah, I was anxious to see. You know, Edinburgh caused us and took a lot of clock last game, a little time off the clock, and we had to be patient and really settle down against the run. I was anxious to see how they would come out after playing Chester, which is similar in dynamics and makeup, how they would come out and attack us.
Taylor in the gun. 3rd and 3. Looking, firing, incomplete. Pass low and away. Intended for Swinton once again.
We had a man open, had a shot at him. A little tough window to get it there, but he had an opportunity to advance the ball there, but he didn't quite make it.
That's a couple of times now he's been trying to find Swinton to no avail. Junior tight end for the Eagles. And now the punting unit out. Taylor. High snap. That one goes over his head. Rolls into the end zone. He's going to try and get this one off. He does. But it's going to end up being great field position for Penwood. A couple of errors on the snaps on special teams. And now the Patriots in tremendous position to capitalize.
And I'm waiting on our replay. Oh, that's great. That's great.
Look at it one more time.
Second high snap here. He did a good job. I thought he fell down the first time, but he kept his patience and got it off under pressure. Not a lot of yards, but did the best he could there. And what I'm surprised is nobody tried to get it and move it forward there for Penwood. Good discipline.
Kempf under center, hands it off to Jones. Jones right up the middle and brought down. Pickup of 2, call it. 2nd and 8.
Well, looking here, the guy I'm looking to see is good is Mike Price. As we saw last week, he made a couple of big plays. I think he's a weapon. I think this is a good opportunity to get Kemp rolling out. See if we can get either Suber or Price rolling with him. Usually we've been rolling out the Suber side to get a little extra protection, so we'll see what happens here.
2 receivers to Kemp's left, 1 to his right. Under center, hands this one off to Jones. Jones just rolling on down towards the 5-yard line. Pickup of about 3. 3rd and 5.
Penwood line's been winning up front, but I still like him in the rollout situation. I think coach is trying to stick to giving Jordan the ball and letting him move the line of scrimmage and get the yards, but let's see if he tries to get him rolling out here.
I think this is the opportune time. Proving that you can run. Suber lined up to Kemp's right under center. Sends a man in motion. Now tosses out to Jones. Jones trying to get to the outside. Jones working his way towards the pylon. He'll be brought down shy. We'll see if he was able to pick up that first down. And that will be a first down. So 1st and goal now for the Patriots. Just over 1:30 left in this first quarter. Suber was able to run it in from in tight the first time. Jones now in the backfield for this one. Once again, right in front of the goal line at the 1-yard line. Kemp under center, sends a man in motion, hands this one off to Jones. Jones moving forward, and that's a touchdown for Penwood.
Stuck with it. They're running right now up front, and he was patient and kept giving the ball right up the middle, forcing it right down their throat.
And now 12-0 as we await what they will do. We'll take one more look at it.
Look at the push up front.
And he was just leaning forward. He knows where he wants to get to. He knows what he needs. Able to capitalize after first drive where he got them down deeper in the red zone. Didn't get his touchdown. Player down right now for Chichester. And so far, in terms of asserting their will on both sides, you said it in the open. It's going to come down to what happens up front. And so far, that's been the Patriots' bread and butter.
Yeah, you know, as we know in football, winning the line of scrimmage is the game, and that makes somebody else forced to do something else. So we'll see if this opens up the passing game a little bit for us by dominating or moving the ball in the run.
Evan Thomas was the one down for Chichester. Able to get up and walk it off. Sophomore sees time on both sides of the ball.
Big guy.
Yeah, you got to deal with him for another 2 years, too. Kemp now in the gun. 12-0. Attempt for 2. Stepping up. Now he's trying to roll to his right. Throwing. That one's caught. That's Price.
There you go.
2-point conversion. 14-0 now Patriots with over a minute left in the first quarter.
I like the confidence there. If you watch, he stepped up in the pocket, tried to get himself a lane, didn't see it, started to roll out, then saw Price breaking free. Found him across the middle. Let's take a look here. I was looking for the quick throw, didn't have it. He tried to step up, didn't have anything. Starts to roll out, but keeps his eyes downfield instead of trying to force it there. Price finds a little lane, and they complete it.
That was a good adjustment there by Price, jumping forward to get to that football. Don't let the ball come to you. Go get that ball.
2 drives, 2 touchdowns. Well, 3 drives, but last 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
You could conveniently forget. I don't think anyone would hold that against you. You conveniently forgot that first drive, but that's a level of confidence too. I mean, had the ball taken away on the first drive, and now, obviously, with the way Jones is running the football, Kemp hasn't had to play out of his mind, but still able to lead this offense and still has his squad up 14-0.
Every down is a down for him to be able to work his way. I don't know what happened there.
And checking with the official.
No flag.
That one going to be brought down by Reeves. Reeves had a nice run back his first time. This time he's just going to run into a crowd. And he's brought down. They're going to give him forward progress to about the 27, 28. Oh, even up to the 30. There you go. We'll take a look at it one more time.
So this is the partial kick.
All right, here we go, here we go, here we go.
Stop.
Nope.
Look and see if everybody's still there. Okay, I'll still kick it. No flags. Wham.
It was a pretty good kick for not having the whole run through.
And good coverage after that.
Doesn't have to look pretty. You just got to get the job done. Now Chichester trying to respond, trailing by 2 scores in the first quarter. Taylor in the gun. He's got Fields to his right.
Yeah,
3 receivers
yep.
to his right as well. And now Denire Williams just going to get him.
That's what he does. That's what he does. You start getting into – I was anxious to see if Chi was going to come out and take their time and stick with the running game. But they came out stretching it out, and there was all over them.
One more look. Denire Williams just running right by you.
And nothing you can do but eat that.
And there was nothing there for him as we run just under 20 seconds left in this first quarter. Second and 26 is the official diagnosis on the scoreboard, but we will come back with that at the start of the second quarter. It's 14-0 in favor of Penwood here on SFBN. We'll be right back with the second quarter. Welcome back to Chichester High School as the Eagles play host to the Penwood Patriots in this United 10 League football matchup. I'm Ray Dunn alongside Rep Curry. 14-0 the score in favor of Penwood as Chichester is backed up to start this second quarter. Second and 26 following the Denire Williams sack. As now Zach Taylor in the gun takes the snap and the pass is incomplete. Looking to find Bruton, and to no avail. So our third and very long here.
Yeah, I was going to say they needed to be patient, and it looked like they tried to come out and run a screen there, but guys were getting downfield, but they couldn't really pass. Interesting to see what they're going to try to do, see if someone can be disciplined, not give a big play or a penalty right there.
If they don't pick up anything here, they get into a legendary 4th and 26 setup. Don't think you're going to have McNabb and Mitchell out there for this one, however. Taylor in the gun. Takes it. Now he's going to try and run himself. Suber's on top of him. Jones in there trying to make the tackle, and the rest of the group will finish it off. That's a pickup of about 4.
Still having problems with the high snaps right now. Guys coming in motion, but they're really getting the snap is so high they can't even really hand it off to him. Kind of leaving them one-on-one to kind of run up the middle without a lot of options there.
Right, and if we want to talk about high snaps, the last punting attempt had a high snap. This one, however, good snap, just gets it away. Rolling on downfield, and Price going to let that one go. And that'll be down at about the 34-yard line.
Yeah, you got a good roll out of that, and almost was roughing the punter, running into the punter there, but referee gave it away with a little bit of contact, and Penn gets the ball out here, first down.
1st and 10 from the. Ooh.
Sorry, I got my drinks in the way.
It's all right. Apparently, my headset have problems here. We're attacking it. At the 34-yard line, 1st and 10. Penwood scores on their last 2 drives. 2 of their first 3. The first one resulted in a turnover. This one tossed to Jones, and I think they got sick of seeing that.
Yeah. They're keying on the running game, and that's all right. I'm going to key up and see if they open up something for Mike Price and on a slant or something long.
2nd and 11 now. Price, of course, had the 45-yard touchdown catch a week ago. Early on in that one. And that's the beauty of this offense. If they're trying to take away one option, you have multiple. Now Kempf under center. They're going to try again to toss it out to Jones, and he's running into a lot of Eagles. He tried his best to leap and pick up anything he could, and he did end up getting 2 on that. It'll be 3rd and 9. Going right back to him on the toss. And that's more a testament to him than a question of play call.
Yeah, I think when you got a guy who makes big plays, the wisest thing is to get them touches. And you get them touches and you get the defense recognizing his play, it's kind of moving into your game plan. So we're going to see what's the next part of it. Coach Troop calls another timeout here. And very free with his timeouts, already down. That's the second one this half already.
We'll see if we run ourselves into a 2-minute drill, what he will do. I'm curious, though, right now, while we've got a timeout here, what you think is happening in that huddle and where you think this offense goes from here.
I think he's going to try to. We know Coach Troop likes to go on 4th downs. Mm-hmm. So I think if he can find something to pick up 4 or 5 yards, I think that'll be good. I don't see him going for the big play here. I think he's going to try to keep the ball and we keep moving the sticks. The game plan's been working in his favor. He's just got to try to navigate this 3rd and 9 into a short 4th and a couple.
Well, they break huddle. It'll be 3 receivers, 2 Kemp's left. He'll have Nasir Brown in the backfield and Christian Hunt to his right. He'll come out under center. So last week a lot of shotgun. So far this week a lot more under center. He's going to fake the handoff to Brown and roll out to his left. He's looking, firing, incomplete. Takes a hit. And 4th down upcoming.
I think they're going to
we'll
punt
get
it.
A punt crew.
I think they're going to punt it.
That has been an adventure so far in this game. Again, I will preface it with the lack of practice time. Definitely special teams will take a hit.
Yes.
It'll be
Been
an
a
adventure
challenge.
all season.
Might be one of those reasons why he's been going for it on 4th down as well.
Jayon Haley back to punt. That's the snap. We got a flag, but he sends this one high into the air. Not incredibly far. So it goes out of bounds at about the 47-yard line. But we'll have to check on the laundry.
And we got the band tonight. How about that? It's probably the first time this year we've had the band.
Wondering why the energy was up here for a second there. It was kind of ambient noise I was trying to figure out, but they sound good. Band, cheerleader, fans. Dare I say it feels a little normal.
It's been we definitely missing them down at Kerr Field. We've always had the band partnering with us, them and the cheerleaders, and putting that game feel environment and our DJ in the mix. And so, you know, we're definitely missing our band, but it's good to hear Chichester's band out here tonight, kicking it away on senior night.
Yeah. Nice senior night ceremony for those that didn't catch it. Honored all of the football seniors and the cheerleader seniors. Had the families come out and walk. All right.
Yeah, they ran a good event. I might have took a few notes on that one. It was really good.
We had a chance to talk with the man that had the plan behind it before this broadcast, for those that want to rewind halftime and catch that conversation.
Yeah, he's got 2 events going on here tonight, so not an easy Friday.
No.
And maybe maybe doesn't have a game tomorrow, but I think we're all playing soccer tomorrow. So
until further notice, assume that athletic events are happening somewhere, somehow.
somewhere, somehow, we're getting the games in if the weather's nice.
1st and 10, Chichester. Now with the ball, they declined the penalty that was on Penwood.
Good field position.
Great field position for them. 47-yard line, and then Taylor's in the gun. Another high snap. He hands this one off. Bush picks up a few and brought down.
I'd like to see him just get more touches. He's doing a good job in there, picking up a couple yards. They can stay patient with it. It's only 14-0. Sometimes the score can feel really big. See if they can stay patient with him working it up the middle.
2nd and 6 now, and again out in the gun. So from an Interborough squad last week, we saw a lot under center. Spreading it out now, Chichester. Hand it off to Bush one more time. Bush staying on his feet, rolling his way towards that 1st down marker. And they're going to give him that 1st down. A couple of good runs for Zaire Bush so far. Again, this Chichester team is without Brian Ham, playmaker for them, who would come out of the backfield. And he right now is in sweats, discussing with teammates what's happening on the field. Taylor in the gun, got Bush to his right, sends Fields in motion. Hands this one off to Fields. Fields trying to bounce it to the outside. Jones there to stop him. Then he gets hit. A strong hit right there. Josh Haley able to send him to the sideline and really push them back for 2nd down.
A little licking on this one. Here they go, working him as he comes to motion. Slows down a little bit from the high snap. And Penwood forcing him back inside. He still tries to get outside and takes a lick on the way out of bounds.
That was a strong hit right there. 2nd and 15 now. Once again in the gun, 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right, and Bush to his left in the backfield. Taylor takes a snap, looking, firing, got a flag down on the play. This one's caught and into the end zone for the touchdown. That is, as of now, Quadir Blackwell able to catch that one and get in for the touchdown. However, did see some movement early on. Able to open it up. Legal shift on Chichester, and they'll take that one back. thought I saw them move, and a flag came out a little bit later, so I wasn't sure on that one.
Yeah, that's tough.
Blackwell did a great job getting over top of that secondary rather quickly, and Taylor stuck a nice pass.
Sure did. I was interested to see who got beat so quickly out there, and just they capitalized on it, but illegal motion.
2nd and 20 now. So they back them up another 5 yards.
That's what Coach Troop was talking about in the previous weeks with Penwood. We were getting our touchdowns called back. And now, wow, that's a tough
now
one.
we got another flag on the field.
I can't be delaying a game that fast.
And we're getting a sideline warning on Penwood.
See who the get back coach is today. I'm not sure.
So 2nd and 20. Taylor in the gun, 2 receivers to each side. And he takes the snap, looking, firing. That one's high and incomplete. He's had a couple of good looks to the sideline that just have not been able to be converted early.
I'm surprised they didn't go back to what they just had. I mean, Penwood's kind of manning up out there, and it looked like they're trying to take advantage of the safety and space a little bit. I thought they had something on the out to the post, but or flag to the post, but he didn't look that direction.
Could be doing it right here. Blackwell, who caught the touchdown, just came back into the game, so
Okay.
we'll see if he gets a look.
Got 3 on the left, but this is pressure time, and Denier Williams. Let's see what happens.
Takes the snap, firing. They find Fields. Fields trying to cut back and driven backwards.
Good read.
That was a really, really good job keeping him in front of him. And brought down. Take one more look at it.
Tried to run a little wide receiver screen and got the pass, but nothing there. Shut it down.
And now we got another punting situation. 4th and 18. This one back to Taylor. Taylor sends this one in the air. This one's deep. And it's going to roll. They're going to be able to stop it. And that was a really, really good job. Penwood is going to be backed up to their own 2-yard line to start this drive.
Another hold for Penwood. Short field, and still was able to hold. Now they got a full field of work. I think we're going to see number 2 get the ball.
I would agree with you on that one. 1st and 10. Dangerously close to their own end zone. A receiver on each side, a tight end on each side, and there's Jones in the backfield. Comes from under center, takes the snap, and hands this one off. And that's the space you need. Second and 5 now. Jones coming back in the backfield again. 2 tight ends, 1 to each side, 2 receivers. Receivers appear to be manned up on each side. Again, handoff to Jones, bounces off a tackler, now trying to get into some space, cutting back upfield. Really, really strong job there as they're going to move the chains and get the first down.
Tough running right there. Give him a little bit of space. Seeing what he can get out inside. Quick enough to jump outside. He's a threat.
First down as we're beyond the midway point of this quarter. Two receivers, two tight ends, Jones in the backfield. Kemp tosses that one out to Jones, trying to escape a tackler, and he is just going to be brought down for a loss. Loss of about 3 there. 2nd and 13.
Coach is being patient. You know what I mean? You got a lot of field to work with, so you're sticking with the run game. Want to see if you can put Kempton something easy maybe to complete, but being patient with the run game, seeing if Chichester can hold his ground, and they're doing a good job.
Now 2nd and long. Got Denire Williams lined up out wide to his left. Toss is going to go out to Jones on that side, and he's going to pick up the yards he lost and maybe another. Williams getting a bit of tick at wide receiver.
That's what we have in week 3. You got guys playing different positions and different spots as some of the players come and go. So then they're getting a shot on this side of the ball here today.
More than proven his worth on the other side.
Definitely has.
3rd and 10 now. 3 receivers to his right, and we got whistles. And that's the 3rd timeout for Penwood. So with 4:06 left to go in this half, Penwood is out of timeouts, and as they face this 3rd and long situation, we're going to turn Rap Curry into a coach once again and ask him what he thinks is coming here.
Well, I've been watching, just trying to see when he calls a timeout. He's actually used them on 3rd down. Well, last time he did in this one here, I think try to get something like to get in position, decide if he's going to keep it. I would assume these are punting downs here, as deep as we are in our own territory. But if you could pick up the 1st down, you might be able to manipulate the rest of the clock for the half. So I think this was a good time to use it instead of holding on to it. So I like to see, like I said, I kind of like him when he's rolling out. I like to see get our guys in space. They've been playing man-to-man. Let's look for Mike Price.
We will see. Haven't gotten a Mike Price target yet, aside from the 2-point conversion. So, 3rd and 10. Kemp under center, tosses this one to the outside. Jones firing to Price. Price makes the catch. A little trick play action. And he will be brought down beyond midfield at the 43-yard line. How about that design?
That's a good play. And they've been keen on Jones, and as soon as he got the ball, the cornerback stepped up. If he could have got a little more arm under it, that was a touchdown.
And let's look at this one more time. Your traditional toss.
As soon as he got the ball, look at him breaking to it.
That was exactly the bite they were looking for.
Yeah. Great call. Great timeout. And now they're scoring. They're on the other side of the field, on their way down to scoring position.
On Chichester's side of the field. Handoff goes to Jones. Jones got some space, pushing up field. That will be a 1st down. At this point, if you were making the dictionary for Penwood, if you looked up the word playmaker, I think you would find Jones plastered all under that word.
I got to talk to Chichester coach, Coach Bryce, before the game, and he talked about probably utilizing about 30% of your playbook, trying to figure out what Coach Troop had that play, that halfback option pass there.
Now, Kemp in the gun, Jones behind him, hands it off once again, working his way forward, and brought down after a gain of 5. Now at the 25-yard line, making their way on down the field as under 3 minutes remain in this half. Chance to go up 3 scores.
Christian Hunt is my guy. For some reason, I keep looking at number 7. I think he's gonna get man-to-man coverage out here one of these times. Let's see if we can get Christian Hunt the ball.
All right, 2nd and 5. You heard Rep. Christian Hunt, that's who he's looking for. Now they got Kev rolling out, and he just runs right into that Chichester defense.
Yeah, they stayed at home. They took away the run. It was a good option, and then they rolled out, and there was nothing there. Chichester uses a timeout here.
3rd and 7. Just over 2 minutes remain in the half. And we'll take a look at that last play one more time.
Whole team crowd in the middle.
And just not enough space for him.
He had both wide receivers one-on-one out there. If he gave Hunt an opportunity, couldn't really see if he was open, but he definitely had one-on-one coverage out there.
3rd and 7, I would imagine this is 2-down territory. And the timeout for Chichester, you're just making sure you don't give an inch here and force and close up that playbook for a 4th and a little bit longer.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good timeout. I just think I would have focused on making Penn. They don't have any timeouts. You kind of gave them a chance to call a play. They might not have been able to get in.
Right. Kemp in the gun, fakes the handoff to Jones, rolling out, looking, firing. This one is incomplete. Either a miscommunication and a little bit of an underthrown football leads to 4th down for the Patriots.
Well, his attempt was to give him a shot at it, but he didn't keep the ball in play.
Take one more look.
I thought he had Suber in the flat. Maybe not a lot of room, but he had him out there. He'd have been a tough tackle.
Yeah, almost looked like he was trying to go for the home run instead of picking up a few from Suber.
Big down here. They use a timeout. Then they got a clock stopped on the incompletion. 4th down.
Kev takes the snap, looking, firing, incomplete to Suber, and that will be a turnover on downs. And it looks like Suber either wasn't where he expected or he had just tossed a little bit too much behind it.
He just got to be a little more accurate with the ball. I mean, there was some pressure, so he wasn't as comfortable. But, you know, I thought that was the play to take on 3rd down to get yourself maybe closer. And then, but he took it. He was open. It was one-on-one, but he didn't get into a space. You got a DN playing fullback out there. You got to give him the ball right in his breadbasket.
Well, now on the other side, 27-yard line is where this drive will begin for Chichester. As Taylor's back, he's rolling and looking, firing, caught. Pickup of about 7. Believe that is Swinton. The way his jersey is folded, it looks like it'd be the 8 or the 9. I see Rumir McDowell on the sideline, so it's not 18, so we're going to go Swinton, 19 on the catch.
Okay. Talked about Christian Hunt, but the way he took a little bone bruise there to the knee or ankle, shin. You hear the Chichester cheerleaders.
Some of that game atmosphere that certainly has been missed.
It's a little weird looking all the way over to the
Yep, that's
Penwood
exactly what I was doing after that.
Yeah, all you see is the D coordinator, or a couple of D coaches up there. Sure, that's usually Troy Bucks, but it doesn't look like him up there.
You got much better eyes than I do.
I got the glasses on. Don't worry about it. You'll get those one day.
Taylor's in the gun. 3 receivers to his left. Running and Bush to his left. He's firing this one downfield. Incomplete. He's showing off his arm a little bit.
Yeah, you know, I'm watching Suber, and didn't get a great push off the line of scrimmage there, but he's been getting pressure all game. So let's take a look here, and I hate to call out Sub here, but he kind of took it easy. But you had Jordan deep in the zone, and they got open. They got him over the line of scrimmage. It just wasn't. He had to thread it over the linebackers and in between the safety, and he couldn't do it.
Now 3rd and short. Interesting situation with just over a minute remaining. 1:03 on the clock. 14-0. So you're trailing going into the half right now. Minute 3 on 3rd and short. Becomes decision time on whether you try and punch up the middle and let it keep running once it sets, and they will do that as Bush bounces outside, and Bush has got some space. Across the 40-yard line down to the 44.
Yeah, looking to see Bush as a junior. I think he's a solid player. I think he's really been one of the most consistent guys out there tonight, really taking advantage of what he's giving them. I thought it was a great call because you didn't want to give Penn with the ball back, and you see, he got a block there on Sub just to hold him up a little bit. And he squeezed it out there. He's not slow. He got up there, made a couple moves, and moved the sticks.
Solid cut back there, and a timeout taken by Chichester. 56 seconds remain. And they've got to go 56 more yards to the end zone.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to open it up a little bit and see what they can if they're going to try to advance this ball down. They got the win at their back here, so it wouldn't be a bad time to get it in place for a field goal, but you're going to have to throw against this front four.
I like the attack of going to Quiddier Blackwell out of the slot. What got them the touchdown that was called back. I would like to see that look one more time. As Taylor comes in the gun. 3 receivers to his right. Blackwell is in the slot. Now he's rolling out to his right. He's firing. He does find Blackwell. And he is taken down. Haley in there on the stop. As the Patriots are able to keep that one inbounds and get the stop.
I just keep, I got to see Haley play basketball. And I just think that I think he could be a good football player. I think he has a future ahead of him. I think he made a great read there and closed out. He closes out space really quickly.
Saw how quickly he could move last week at the end of that fourth quarter, taking the snap and what looked like was going to be your average run outside. The clock was ticking down. He just turned it upfield and was gone. Flags on the play here. 33 seconds remain.
Didn't really see what happened. I know Suber.
False start on Chichester. Yeah, the line moved. The line moved quickly. I don't know if the center went to go snap it and realized he was too quickly and fumbled it away, but Suber was all over that ball. Had there not been a false start, that was his for the taking. And now the clock will begin to run once again. 3 receivers to the left. Taylor in the gun takes the snap. He's looking, and he's going to be brought down. Real quick right there. That's number 50, Daniel Segbe, taking him down. And I think that's how we're going to get to the half. They're not really showing any sign of urgency to take this next snap in a third and very long situation. And that officially will be the way we make it to the half. 14-0 Penwood. Quick start for them. We'll take one more look at the play that sent us to half. Yeah, you're just not getting away from that.
Yeah, he's big. He's strong and quick.
14-0 the score. We head to halftime. Stick around. We'll be back here on SFBN with the second half from Chichester High School. Welcome back to Chichester High School. Penwood and Chichester in some United 10 League spring football action. The Patriots lead this one 14-0. An explosive first quarter for them got them out in front. A couple of special teams miscues for the Eagles aided the Patriots in that. I'm Ray Dunn alongside Rap Curry, bringing you this second half on SFBN. And Rap, it was a quick start. Things kind of slowed down there in that second quarter. What are you expecting out of this second half?
Well, I want to see Penwood open it up a little bit. I mean, if you really watch quietly, you got to think about it. They gave up 13 points to Academy Park, who later came out and had 27, I think, against Truman the week after that. Gave up, 6 last week? I don't know, something like that. And
I forget about the touchdown at the end. I forget whether or not they got that in. They punched that one in.
And then now we're at 0-headed night. So, I mean, you're really looking at the defense really been holding it down. I like to see the offense. They've had some big plays, and they've had some more opportunities to advance the ball, but we've been missing on some of the short completions. So I like to see them maybe move the ball a little bit in the short passing game.
Well, that offense will get a chance to start this second half. The 2-score cushion. If I had to put my 2 cents in there, and I'm sure everyone asked for that at home, I want to see a pass over the top to Mike Price. That's where I'm at this point. I enjoyed that touchdown a week ago. I think if we can get one more of those, I would be quite happy.
Halfback option was a great call.
That was.
We're gonna blame Jordan for his candy arm on that one, and then outside of that, I like to see if they can get Christian Hunt the ball a little bit, get another guy into the mix. But it's been good pressure up front, and seeing if they got some more tricks up the sleeve for the offense.
We shall see as Zach Taylor prepares to kick this one off for Chichester. And Haley back to receive for Penwood. And you can see there's a little bit of wind going on here. They're having a bit of a tough time getting the football set up. Oh, and they're going to try and onside it. We got a flag. And
that was a good try. Tried to steal a possession there. The Penwood team was paying attention, and
John Haley was able to pick that one up. Let's look at it one more time because we certainly weren't expecting it. Luckily, Haley was, as that one just bounced right into his hands. The referee is discussing matters related to the play.
Sure, Penwood's going to take the ball here and pass on this penalty.
I would imagine so. You got such great field position. Yeah. So, legal procedure and all that good stuff.
Now they get to advance it.
Bringing this ball up. It'll end up being on the Chichester side of the field to start this half. Out in 1st and 10 from about the 47-yard line. Kev under center. Takes the snap, hands this one off. And that is Jones bouncing off his offensive line and picking up about 5. And we've spoken ad nauseum at this point about what he's been able to do because he has been the driving force behind this offense.
Yeah, he's got a big night tonight. If he's not at 100 yards, he's sure pretty close. And I think he's got one more big play in him.
Coming out in the shotgun, something that has not been as frequent tonight as it had been in those first 2 games. Jones to his left, hands it off to Jones, spins away from a tackler, breaks off another tackler, and picks up the first down. Two plays, 2 Jones touches, and that's how you move the sticks.
Really just being patient. There's not a ton of room in there. Just making guys miss in traffic, and Pushed it all the way out. 1st and 10, Penwood.
At the 34-yard line, 2 tight ends, 2 receivers, 1 on each side, and Jones in the backfield. They fake the handoff to Jones, and Kemp's going to keep that one. And that was the play they tried to run earlier. The first play from scrimmage, that ended up being a fumble. So that one is a pickup of about 5. 2nd and 5 now. Two receivers, 2 tight ends. Jones in the backfield. Kemp under center, takes the snap. Hands this one off. Jones cuts back and dives forward. They're going to have him just shy of that 1st down marker. Call it 3rd and 1.
I'm just liking the touches he's getting. I think the more he gets them, the stronger he gets. And we make it seem like it's easy to keep bringing a guy down, but when the guy's strong and he's quick in space, it wears you down.
You got to get him on that first hit because he's going to bounce off you if you don't. And Kemp under center hands this one off to Jones, and that first hit is followed by a prompt 2nd one. And he's brought down for a loss. I know, interesting situation. 4th and about 6 from the, call it, 29-yard line.
I think just like to see Penwood really, like that would have been a great shot for a short passing game to try to move the sticks there. They just haven't been able to build the confidence up. So they're sticking with the run game because it's been working, but now they're in a 4th and 5 when before they were in like a 3rd and 1, maybe 2. So let's see if Kemp can deliver here.
Kemp's got Suber to his right in the backfield. 2 receivers to each side. Takes the snap. He's looking to his left now, rolling to his right. And he's firing. That one is caught. A big hit delivered by Chichester. That one is enough to move the chains. And that was Haley on the reception. Take a look at it one more time. And he's able to get some space there. It looked like the defensive back and the linebacker nearly collided with one another, had to step out of each other's way, and he was able to get open. Kemp now under center. Hands this one off to Jones, and Jones able to get about 3. Call it 2nd and 7.
Chichester D-line has done a good job. I mean, they're giving up some yards, but they're not giving up the big chunk plays like they did early in the game, and keeping Penwood in some 3rd downs and doing a good job. They've kept them to 14 after a couple big plays.
One more chance at it here on the 2nd and 7. Kemp takes the snap, tosses this one out to Jones, and he's able to slip away from a tackler, hurdles a man. And a pretty way to pick up a few yards and a flag after the play.
Sometimes they can call those a dangerous play, even on the offense in high school.
For all the excitement, he might end up paying for it. When that you include the ending of it on the highlight reel, so take a look at it here. That's just an athlete. Just an athlete doing athletic things. That's what I see. And we're going to get official word from the referee. And yeah, that one's going against Penwood. So thanks a lot for entertaining us. We're marching backwards. And you understand why the rule is there, but it's one of those that...
Well, I can't remember right now. My track is filming. I'm not sure if he was a long jumper or a high jumper, but either way, the high jump skills look like they were there as well, too.
2nd and long. As Kemp now taking the snap, looking, firing, and just not able to complete that one with
He
Jones.
dropped that one.
Now 3rd and 22. in theory, that's what you're going for, trying to get Jones open in space, not able to capitalize on the play. But Suber checks out. A bit of a smaller, quicker crew here for this 3rd and 22. 3 receivers to Kemp's right, 2 to his left in the gun. He's looking to his right. He's firing to his right, and that one is a little bit behind Haley and dropped. So 4th and 22. Discussion inside the huddle, and we've mentioned that Coach Troop is a bit of a gambler. Up 2 scores, 4th and very long. Is this a way to set up a punt? Or are they actually going to go for this? 5 receivers, takes the snap, and they're going to go for it. He's firing deep. This one to Jones, incomplete. Well, fair enough.
That's the way I was looking for on 3rd down.
And kept able to show off a bit of the arm. A little bit too far out of the reach of Jones, and Chichester now gets
Big
the ball
stop.
at the 34-yard line.
Yeah.
And all things considered, I don't mind that call.
Yeah, I mean, I like to see him, take advantage of it. But once again, the Chichester defense has held, and, they've done a good job of keeping this game within range for their offense.
Taylor in the gun, sends Fields in motion, hands this one off. And continuing to move forward. Really, really strong running. Pick up about 7. It'll be 2nd and 3. That's Aaron Scales. One more time.
Fought for those yards in there.
Yeah, a lot of people going up at the arms. Not so much taking the legs. Taylor in the gun. 2 receivers to his right. Sent a man in motion. Now handing it off to Fields. Fields trying to spin and just nowhere to go. That is Keene bringing him down. It'll be 3rd and short. Switching out a few guys, and so you're Bush coming into the game. If I had to guess on the 3rd and short play, Bush would be the recipient right up the middle. Loaded backfield, 2 tight ends. Takes a snap, and he loses the snap. That ball's out. Penwood pointing Penwood's direction. Waiting for the officials. And they're going to give us 4th down. So, just not able to get the handle on that. Lucky to keep possession. And we'll do it all over again. Officials taking a timeout. Did the chains get tied up over there? Or?
It's almost like they moved it forward with the fumble.
They're bringing the chains out. It's one heck of a way to pick up a 1st down. Go to that play a few more times. The fake fumble 1st down. As that one's short. So, 4th and inches upcoming. .25 on the scoreboard.
All right, what you like here? Do your job for a second.
All right, I'm going to Bush. You got a crowd in front of him, I haven't trusted the line to push forward, but that's just my personal opinion. Taylor going to try and go forward, and hey, that line, after I said that, they get quite the push and pick up the first down. Way to make me look like a fool up here in the press box. They're close to midfield at about the 48-yard line.
I'll let you ask the questions.
Yeah. And everyone just found out why I'm standing up here and not in the headset. Able to take their time. Obviously, only trailing by 2 scores, but keeping an eye on that clock as it gets its way under 5 minutes. 1st and 10. Fields in motion. Fakes to him. Taylor now with some space. Going to pick up the first down and down near the 35-yard line. A really, really good design and a first down for the Eagles.
Yeah, they're doing a good job. They stayed in the game, kept the score close, and now pushing the ball down the field. Penn was faced. They went for it on 4th and forever, and now we got the defense in one of those places. And over the last 2 weeks, the Penwood defense has come up big in these tough situations. And let's see if they can do it again.
Whistles. And officials taking the timeout one more time, and this time I think it is. Chain's getting tied up. I have a little bit of trouble with the down marker and the chains, the way they're moving. And now Taylor in the gun takes the snap, hands this one off to Scales. Scales up the gut for 3. Second and 7. And that's the way to attack. I mean, if Interborough showed anything last week, it's just keep pounding away, and if you can stick to that game plan and your defense can keep the Patriots off the scoreboard, you'll be able to find some success.
The longer you keep the ball, the less touches Jordan Jones gets.
Yep. Well, now Taylor in the gun with 5 receivers. 3 to his right, 2 to his left before he sends Fields in motion. Now he's got the ball. He's looking, firing, incomplete. Jones, Haley on the coverage. And appears to be a bit of a miscommunication between he and the receiver.
Well, it definitely was under some pressure coming after him in the backfield, so he had to get that ball up to give him a chance, and Silver threw everybody.
Now 3rd and 7. Going to get Bush and Blackwell back into the game. At this point in the game, this juncture, they're likely, but not likely, they are in 2-down situations. On 3rd down, as he's in the gun, takes the snap. He's got pressure right up the gut.
Yeah.
Keaton got the pressure. That's Williams again, finishing off the play and gets the sack. And now 4th and long, and becomes less of a question of what you're going to do when plays like that happen.
Pressure was up the middle and really made him duck that ball, and once he tried to get around, he runs into Mr. Williams.
Good job up the gut. Keenan a couple times has been able to fly downhill from that linebacker position. And now Taylor back to punt it.
Coach Bryce trusting his defense here, trying to win the field position game. And
Taylor sends this one away. That one is out of bounds. Probably wanted to get that one to the corner a little bit later on, but gets it to about the 26-yard line, and Penwood will take over.
All right, see what Penn comes out here. See if they're going to try to stick patient with Jordan or look for something else.
And I believe the patience was the first choice, is still on his feet and fighting his way forward. Finally a whistle. And I think he ends up picking up about 5 yards on a play that was really stuffed up after about 1 yard.
Some cramping out there.
Officially, it's going to be 2nd and 6 when we get back. And referee's going to tell the group to clear out as the training staff pays attention. And it is an interesting point in this football game, as you mentioned, coming into that play. Do you stay patient? Up 2 scores? I mean, it's a double-edged sword there because they still got plenty of time. You know, still got a quarter and change to come back.
Well, I'm itching for the big play. And I know if I'm itching for it, Coach Troop is. He definitely likes it. He's looking for that opportunity to get the big play. But he's staying patient with the run, not putting them in a bad spot. It doesn't hurt you to run the ball, eat up some of the clock, let Jordan get his touches, and then keep your defense in a good position. So, once again, he's playing a management game with his offensive style, trying to keep it in short passing zones and look for a couple big plays. And so let's see what he does here. His track record has been keeping it on the ground here. Let's see if he sticks with it.
2nd and 6 from the 32-yard line. Kemp in the gun. Jones behind him. Jones gets the ball, slipping a few tacklers, moving that ball forward, and Fish is about 2 yards shy, depending on where they spot it, and they don't give him the generous reach forward, so it'll be about 3 yards. And now 3rd and short. And it's one of my favorite stats in the NFL. I don't know how many people would keep it at this level, but yards after contact.
Yes.
After you take that first hit, how are you able to move forward? And Jones has done a good job of that. As on this one, contact early, stopped, pickup of about 1. And here you go. Do you want to roll the dice? 4th and short on your own side of the field, up 2 scores late in the 3rd quarter.
This is what he does. I'm not surprised.
So 4th and 2. Monumental down for both sides.
Everybody in the box here for Chai.
Takes the snap, hands this one off. Jones is going to find space and more. Jones out in the open field. Green grass ahead of him. Jordan Jones into the end zone. Touchdown. Turns the 4th down into the end zone. And now Penwood leads 20-0.
I told you it was another big play in them, right?
Yeah, there you go. Let's take a look at it. Why don't we?
Well, I was about to say that the Chichester been winning the battle up front, but he made one guy miss, and it was just a hole. And after that, that was 6. It was no shot at catching him after that point.
And Khalil was up here in the booth at halftime talking about exactly what you said. Getting into that track shape, getting into the sprint. That sprint right there to the end zone, we'll certainly have the track coaches with their eyes on him.
Big run, Jordan Jones. Touchdown.
And now the 2-point conversion. Under a minute remaining in this 3rd quarter. Suber in the backfield for this, and that's where it's going. Not able to convert. And we got a flag as exchange of words, pushes, following the play.
Yeah. Big plays bring those on too.
Yep. Jordan Jones, once again, I feel like we sound like a broken record up here in the booth talking about it, but the story continues to tell itself. You got to keep going with it, and he has been the story
I really think that if Penwood could really, obviously we're playing in this condensed season, but this will be a third win, and then they get Chester, who was undefeated. I don't know they play Reading tonight, I believe, and so you could end up seeing maybe possibly both undefeated teams playing next week. But either way, I just think that if they could really bring the intermediate short passing game just to run the options off of Jordan's touches, I think that'll open it up because we've seen them have home runs in the big run plays and some of the passing plays. So if they can kind of bring an intermediate game, they could really be a tough team to stop.
Absolutely, and especially with the way this defense is playing, they're limiting opportunities for other squads to get down there and really get anywhere close to scoring. If you could just figure out how to open up that offense a little more, the potential for this squad, and again, 3 more weeks after this with the condensed season, but the potential for this squad is through the roof.
I mean, well, the rest of the challenge for me really is what is the defense going to do? 13 points the week before, 6 points 2 weeks before, 6 points last week, and then so let's see if they can hold it down and keep Chichester from getting in the end zone.
Well, Reeves has something to say about that. Cutting back, now past the 40, cutting back, and still on his feet, down inside the 35. Starring Reeves, the sophomore, able to bring that one into Penwood territory. And a year ago, Reeves was at Chester, now at Chichester. So varsity player there, freshman year, and certainly showing why on that run back.
All right, they got good field position. Just gave up a big play, got a big play. Let's see if the offense can come out and do something here.
1st and 10, about 40 seconds left in this third quarter. Taylor in the gun, sends a man in motion, takes the snap, hands it off to Bush. Bush cuts back, runs into quite a few Patriots. And Penwood, a little self-inflicted hit there. Pickup of about 2. 2nd and 8 as the clock continues to tick down.
Saw Jeion Haley in there, I'll tell you. He bounces around over there and is laying some wood on people. I just want to – he's really kind of giving, as a linebacker, giving that front four some support up the middle.
Chance for a buzzer beater play here as they get off before the horn. And
not much time.
Firing away, incomplete. And that will wrap up the third quarter. Taylor trying to find a receiver moving to his right. We will flip fields. Penwood leads 20-0 headed to the fourth quarter in this game at Chichester High School. We will be right back on SFBN with the fourth. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Chichester High School here on SFBN as the Eagles play host to Penwood. And the Patriots have a 20-0 lead as we enter the fourth quarter. Myself, Ray Dunn, Rap Curry, here with you on the broadcast as the Eagles attempting to get themselves on the scoreboard inside of the 30-yard line. As Taylor in the gun takes the snap. He's looking, he's firing, and that one just off the hands of Blackwell. And absorbs a hit from Jones
Yeah, I mean,
in the process.
He definitely got some time there. He hasn't had much time. And he found the right guy and it got the ball there, but he couldn't hold on to it. And tell you what, we talk about Jordan Jones offensively, but he licks people out there.
Yeah.
I mean, he definitely is looking to put shots on people out there, and he gave that guy a little something to think about.
Yeah, you dropped it before. Now you're thinking about that hit. Next time you're trying to catch the ball.
That's right. All right, here we go.
4th and 8. Taylor in the gun. Running back to his right. 3 receivers to his right. He's looking, firing over the middle. Incomplete. Once again trying to get to Blackwell. Jones was there in coverage. The pass just sailing on him. And now Penwood will take over on offense.
And once again, we talk about this defense. Special teams gave up a big play. They've been playing strong for them too, which is tough in this pandemic situation with special teams. But there you go, the defense gives up 1 first down, and then they get the hold again. I mean, it's quiet. It doesn't seem like a lot, but there's a difference when somebody can put points up and kind of can put that pressure back on your offense.
And now this offense back on the field. Formation. Oh, sorry. I did not see that Super was to his right. So that one's handed off to Jones. And picks up a few. And now up 20 in the 4th quarter. As long as you keep moving it forward, you can continue to feed the star of tonight's game.
Well, there's also you're at the point where we all, we share all the films and everybody get to take a look at it. Are you going to give up something that you don't really want to give out to Chester for next week? So
2 receivers, 1 to each side, 2 tight ends, both to the left, and Jones in the backfield. He tries to cut back, and he will pick up a couple. He saw something and had Suber out there, but not able to get a block.
Suber was in his way. He had to duck around Suber to get a couple yards.
3rd and 5.
Let's get Kemp moving out of the pocket. Like to see if he can pick up a couple first downs with his feet.
Denire Williams in at receiver to his right. Price up to his left at receiver, and he's got Jones in the backfield. He's going to toss it out to Jones, and Jones trying to spin his way towards the marker, and he'll be shy of that.
Well, we know what's coming.
Yep. The Doug Pearson of Del Val, so I've been told. 4th and 3, exactly 10 minutes on the dot left in this one. Super at fullback, Jones in the backfield. 2 receivers and another tight end, and we are going to get a timeout. Take a look at what Chichester was showing. You mentioned it. These timeouts from Coach Troop come at moments when they need to convert, and they've done a good job with that so far.
Yeah, he really. It's funny. I get the chance to hire coaches, and usually it's their first time. And he was our D coordinator with our last coach, so now he's calling the offense. And I'm always kind of wondering how people manipulate their timeouts and use the game strategy. And so now, after having him for a couple years, I see he takes advantage of the big opportunities to call a play that he feels like and set them up to put the pressure on, which I like. I mean, I definitely, as a former coach myself, you want to take those moments in these big situations to talk to your team and remind them about the discipline of a play. So see what Penn comes out here.
4th and 2. 9:40 on the clock. 20-0 in favor of the Patriots. Kemp under center. Takes the snap, tosses this one out to Jones. Jones getting to the outside. He will pick up the first down and head on out of bounds. And that's the way they've been able to do it here today. So Penwood now at the 43-yard line. Or the 1st and 10. Two receivers, a pair of tight ends. Kemp now in the gun with Jones. He takes the snap, hands this one to Jones, who tosses it back to Kemp. Kemp looking long for Price. Price coming back. That's intercepted. That one is intercepted. Starring Reeves, able to get to that one. Able to box Price out. And Chichester has a little jolt of energy here in the 4th quarter.
Got it pretty much about as much as you wanted there. You know, got the ball to Jordan, sucked the defense in. Price was behind him and just couldn't get it down the field to him. And the defender made a great play.
Reeves, a couple of good running backs on the special team side of things. Gets an interception right there. He'll take a quick breather on the sidelines. As the Eagles now with a bit of life. 9:22 left. Still trailing 20-0. 3 receivers to Taylor's right. He's in the gun. He's looking, stepping up, and he's taken down. Ball comes out. Who's got it? That is Penwood football.
Wow, that was a big play.
That was a big hit to absorb, stepping up, and we get a chance to look at it again.
You see, we're getting the pressure down the field. He tried to step up in the pocket, and he just had nowhere to go. Zaya was all on top of him. And big play turns into a big play. Penwood gets the ball back right outside the red zone. And the defense steps up once again with a big turnover after a turnover.
Can't say enough about what this defense has been able to do, and you can see the growth week to week at this point, even within games. As this one tossed to Jones. Jones inside the 10, inside the 5. And he's out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
Well, you know, when you start playing these games and guys get tired. You know, there's not as many guys. You know, I talked to Coach Bryce, and he said, you know, normally we'd have about 40 guys. They've had about 45 guys. They've had about 30. And tonight I think they got 20 guys playing. So, you know, when you start getting here with this many touches, wears you down.
Most certainly is. Now, Kemp under center. And that ball came out. Waiting for the officials on this one as they try and pick people off the pile. And that one will go to Chichester. So it's become a bit of a turnover fest.
Yeah, I could tell that got away from him. I just didn't know if somebody else picked it up.
And Suber, a little slow to get up, will be able to get himself to the sidelines. And now, deep in their own territory, but with the ball, Chichester takes over. I'll be interested to see. They've gone to the shotgun most of the game, but they also have had some snap troubles this close to their end zone whether they come out under center or send them in the gun. And it looks like they're coming out under center and very much packed in there. They hand this one off and still running. That's Bush. Able to pick up a first down.
He's a tough runner.
You're seeing a bit of promise in this team. A couple of guys will be here next year in Bush and Reeves who have played well. And taking their time, huddling up, figuring things out as Bush will come out to Taylor's left. Takes the snap, hands this one off.
Good tackle.
That one is Price bringing down Bush. 4-on-4.
Price just a solid ball player. Just does the things he's supposed to do.
We'll take one more look at that tackle and the run.
And you watch, he's there. Receiver's not putting the effort in to go out there and block him, and left him out there, and he just cleaned it up.
That's just following the ball, being prepared for that cutback. And he is in the gun once again. Taylor now rolling to his right, firing, and who else?
Oh, got a flag on
they're
him.
gonna give him. They're gonna call him for a flag. Price knocked that one away. Yep, and it'll be pass interference.
Yeah, let's take a look. I want to see if he get his left hand on the back. They roll out and got the pressure coming. Price reads it.
He gets a little spun around. Depending on how much you watch that play, if you quick turn around and see him spin like that, you might be willing to throw the flag.
Yep. Great replay there up in the booth. Giving us a look at the call and the defense there. Appreciate that.
Tremendous producer Sean Kelly hanging out with us all night. And now in the gun, Taylor. Looking, firing. That one is intercepted. Jordan Jones showing his ability to catch on the defensive side of the football. And that's a highlight reel level catch on either side of the ball.
I don't know if we got it. Our cameraman's out here yelling. I don't know if he got the he got the look. Oh man. Oh man. I'm gonna be harassing them on the ride home. They sound like it was a great catch. I'm watching it here from the camera angle, and I missed it. Did you get to see it?
I got to see it. That was quite the play.
Yeah.
That's one of the ones that I think Jones himself will be upset that we didn't have for him.
We go back and watch that one.
A little dun-dun-dun for him. Catch him on top 10. As Jones now on the other side of the ball, the toss
Fumble.
comes out of his hands, and Chichester seems to believe they have it, and the officials confirm that. So if you're keeping track at home, the last 5 possessions between these two teams have resulted in turnovers. And we'll take a look. Just never got the handle on it. Slipped a little bit, and
there's good pressure there. Defender was there waiting on him.
more turnovers than your favorite bakery in the last few minutes here. As we're moving through this fourth quarter, and Taylor hands this one off. Bush moving forward. Some hard hustling from him. And
we're going to see if the defense can step it up one more time. Here they are again. Short side of the field. What they got left in the tank? Super's getting some rest out there.
And I think once again, we have a bit of struggles with the chains. And now we're at 6:57 remaining in this game. We continue to tick down.
We're working it good here in the booth. They don't even know what's going on up here.
Taylor handed it off to Bush. Bush up the middle, and he's being rewarded for a night of hard running right now.
Yeah, he's been Chichester's player of the game here on the offensive end. Coach told me, the defense coordinator, Coach Hawkins, said they were going to try to take the speedy guy, take Marquise out the game a little bit, and force some touches somewhere else. And it looks like Bush has stepped up to be competitive and make some plays for them.
And Bush now will be lined up on the outside. Taylor in the gun. Sends Fields in motion, and he's going to take it himself. He finds a bit of a lane, and he's up the middle. A little late flurry of action from the Eagles. And now player down for Penwood. And we've alluded to it a bit, but as we're sitting here as player gets tended to, just the busyness of the athletic calendar right now as you continue to move through this fall season. What have you seen in some of the fall sports that you like to highlight and talk a little bit about?
Well, we haven't really got to broadcast some of the other games, so we'll be getting to see our soccer team. So coming up, we get to see our boys soccer team and our girls soccer team. Our girls soccer team played Chichester, so what we did was we had teams play each other twice in a week, which sounded good for COVID-19, but I don't know for the extra energy after having a tough game. So our girls played on Tuesday, lost here at Chichester in overtime, and then Thursday played at Penwood, and we won in overtime. But the game was definitely a little testy the second time around, and so that was pretty good. And then our boys soccer team plays a lot together outside, and so they've been winning pretty easily. I could see them kind of maybe possibly advancing. So we get a game with Truman tomorrow, which will be at home at Penwood. And so we'll get to see them next week, I believe, against, I'm guessing. I want to say it was Cheltenham, but I'm not exactly sure. But we'll get to see them next week. Our volleyball team picked up a win, which was our first win of the season. They got to beat Cheltenham at Cheltenham 3-1. So, doing pretty good. I think in the United 10, we go on here and Penwood gets to be 3-0. I think if we get the win next week, we will win our Del Val portion of the division. And then the football team will get to play against the leading team up there, which right now looks to be Truman. But we get the chance to play against Cheltenham later, which they're still in it. And then see what happens tonight with Reading and Chester. I'm trying to get some updates on the score. But it's been pretty interesting so far, and some good talent and some good play, and Penwood is representing us well out here.
There you go. The breakdown on everything happening around Penwood athletics from Rap Guard himself, as now Taylor in the gun hands this one off to Bush. Continues to move forward. Just trying to get you an update from Reading and Chester.
Just got the update from Coach Bell from Chester, telling me he must be out there watching us. Said they play tomorrow, so we'll all be able to get a chance to see that. And we're going to text him and say good luck tomorrow, and we'll get to see you on Thursday.
Yeah. Wish him best of luck on Saturday. Tell him that his wins are,
we see him Thursday next week, right?
Yeah.
3 o'clock.
Yes. In the gun now, Taylor fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, and runs into Williams. Williams trying to rip that away. Sangbei also in there to make the stop. As we're under 5 minutes now left in this game.
Coach Bell, we're just trying to see if you was watching the film out here, so we know you're out here studying. Everybody in next 6.
And now you know that tomorrow, a little studying on the own, maybe fences, watching from fences.
I will guarantee you Coach Troop and his guys will be taking a look at it out here, seeing what's going on.
And now Taylor handing it off to Bush once more. Segbay got there but wasn't able to bring him down, and then combination of Price, Suber, able to take Bush to the ground. And now exactly 4 minutes on the dot on the scoreboard. 3rd and about 9.
I just want to say one of the things in the Del Val is we have some teams that are really good at things, you know what I mean? But football has been one over the last few years that has bounced back and forth. And obviously Edinburgh went through a run of the Del Val for a while, and Academy Park kind of took that over, and we finally caught wind, had a couple good seasons in between there, and Chester's program is on the come up, and look at Chai. Chai's been playing great.
As Taylor gets that one to Reeves for the touchdown. And Chichester has themselves on the board. They were just 3.5 minutes away from being shut out back-to-back weeks, so that's got to feel good to get it back into the end zone. 20-6 now.
They played a good, solid game, you know what I mean? And that's what I was saying. Chichester the same way has been play Tyler. We had a couple big plays that put some pressure, but outside of that, they've pretty much, contained us from marching up and down the field, and they had a good drive there.
He's able to line drive that
was unbelievable.
Extra point through, and
that was unbelievable. I don't know how that happened.
If I correctly saw that from up here, and we mentioned already the eyes, the ball, you want the laces out. Laces were in on that one, so I think he probably felt that on his feet.
Got the replay because it looked like he kicked it under the defender.
Yeah, no, he definitely got that one under the defender.
We gotta love it. Gotta love it.
By any means possible, I guess.
Gotta love it.
So 20-7 the score. 3:24 left. Penwood will go back on offense. And what we saw at the beginning of the second half, I have to bring it up. We saw the onside kick attempt. Nonchalant. All right, let's just run up and kick it. Which drew a flag. So I don't think we'll see that again.
I don't know. I think we're going to see something.
I think we'll see something. I don't think we're seeing that exact look.
All I know is it got a little windy out there.
Yeah.
And I'm watching the referees. It looks like it's going to be windy walk carrying the equipment back to the truck. Hopefully we get a couple of the kids to help us out. I'll be more than happy to move the truck closer if I can for you guys.
As Taylor lining up to kick off. Haley's the only one back, and they are going to send it deep. This one roll into the end zone barely. I think Haley was just kind of willing that one to get past that goal line. Nonetheless, Patriots football leading by 13.
As we look, got 3 minutes and some change left. I'm assuming we're going to keep it on the ground here.
Would imagine so. Even throughout this second half, it's been primarily through the ground as this one handed off. And Jones, does he have a little bit more in him? Knocks over a defender. And we got a timeout from Chichester. Able to score on that last drive gives you, even with over 3 minutes left and down 13, you still have that belief that this is still very much a possibility to come back from. Especially with the way the turnovers have gone in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, it definitely got a little interesting there with, with a pretty safe, not a lot of penalties.
No.
In week 3, which is interesting. And the game being semi-conservative, and then all of a sudden we had a rash of penalties that went both sides of the field due to interceptions, and Chai was able to capitalize off of it. So the goal now is to see if Penwood can function correctly and run the clock out.
2nd and 5. We come back from the timeout. 2 receivers, 2 camps left, 1 to his right. Suber lined up at fullback. And this one is handed off to Jones. Jones keeps himself in bounds. Gets past the sticks and picks up the first down. And the North Penn contingent working the camera in front of us approves. Or excuse me, Penwood. Wow. I dropped into my roommate's
That's all right.
high
That's
school
all right.
there. Wow.
We weren't even going to talk. It's been a long
It
game.
has been a week. It has been a week.
It has been a busy week. We heard you in here talking about all the games you've been calling.
You're lucky I got a voice still. I don't even know. Last night I was sitting there as Kevin hands this one off and we brought down. I was last night sitting in my room after class and I realized I was like I don't have anything left to speak. I was like 24 hours. We'll see what happens. I texted a couple of my friends who've been calling games for a little bit longer than I was like, all right, 24 hours, no voice. How do you fix this? The remedy, if you ever run into a similar problem out there, is a lot of honey, cough drops, and apparently tea. But you heard at halftime how I didn't get the tea.
It's all right. I'll have some tea for you on Thursday. Trust me, I keep a lot of it in the house.
Adjusting the time here, 2 minutes, 39 seconds now.
I guess thinking back to my Hawk days, I'm not sure I drank much tea in
Yeah,
college
see?
either. You know what I mean?
You were shaking your head at me earlier, then you thought about it for a second, and realized
We're going to leave my college days in the past, though.
I've got as many years as Penwood has points right now. Official gives the whistle, and now Kemp under center. Tosses this one out to Jones. Jones nowhere to go.
They've done a good job. They did a good job in the second half. Really challenging. Obviously, focused a lot of touches. I should have been keeping track of the touches. It's the most he's had all season long. And they definitely make sure that they kept him inside as best they could.
So 2:34, I believe, is what's being yelled up. Yes, 2:34 as they fix the scoreboard right now, and we will adjust accordingly. As the Chichester side making sure they get every last second.
Yeah.
Now 3rd and long.
My dad's got the clock camera. I think he's a little chilly out there. I think he's ready to get home.
Two receivers, two Kemp's left, one to his right. He's got Jones in the backfield. He's going to hand it off to Jones. Jones into some space, absorbs a hit, and now he'll be dragged down. 4th and 10.
Guarantee he's going to go for it again.
They're going to let the clock run down, and I would imagine that you are correct on your assumption there. If you're going for it here, are you finally opening it up?
Oh yeah. I want to give a shot to see if I can give Mike Price the ball in space.
And they run it all the way down. Take the timeout. 1:36.
No, looks like they're punting.
All right. It's been a while since we've seen the punt squad.
A little practice, a little preparation.
Now as we tick down here, obviously all eyes head towards Chester next week. And Chester, similar in the fact they've been keeping teams off the scoreboard.
Yes.
Given the history, obviously you've watched a lot of Chester football throughout the years. What are you expecting from that team?
I'm expecting a lot of speed. I'm expecting some hitting. They are definitely taking pride in their football. Trust me, I'm getting all the Facebook and Instagram hits on X6. I was teasing Coach about seeing the flag. They had the flag out there at the game last week, and so and they're having fun. It's good to see football be, I don't use the word resurrected, but, brought back into a space. I mean, I grew up in a time when Penwood and Chester and Academy Park and Glen Mills as well then too. I mean, football was just crazy during the eras I grew up in this league. And so see Chester playing well. I'm excited about the game.
And now the punt. Haley gets it away, nice and high, right past midfield, and it'll be down at about the 48. So 1:28 is all that remains in this one. Be interested to see if Coach Bell responds to you now that you've given the scouting report you've got, see if he agrees and get that text over.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm sure he's not going to share much, but we'll all be eyeing the Reading game tomorrow, so I'm sure he's going to have to pull it out there. And it'll be good. It's been great. I mean, we're playing a lot of teams that we don't really get to play in this environment. A lot of us are similar, too, athletically, and it's been a great experience.
Taylor in the gun, looking, firing, and that one's incomplete. Looking for Fields. Fields just not able to come down with it, diving backwards.
So I was a little busy today, living out my best life here, and I hear the Eagles traded the pick.
Yes, the Eagles did trade the pick.
Nice.
So that is now the 12th overall pick and a future first, as well as a pick swap somewhere in the middle of the round.
I love it. Now, I mean, the hard part of that is, Roseman still has to draft.
Yes, right.
But anybody in the top 12 starts for us. So
right. Well, I think the issue is Zaneri Williams.
And there he is. There he is.
Right there.
All right. He didn't go down, but yes, nobody got hurt.
Gets credit for that sack as we get closer to a minute left, and now it's going to be third and forever. The question here now remains Howie at 6. You would think it's a bit more of a sure thing than Howie at 12. Then again, we've seen Howie with the sure thing. I mean,
yeah, there's no telling what Howie's going to do.
Yeah, so who would have thought that it was the Eagles making more significant trades this week than the Sixers?
Well, you know what? That's interesting. I didn't think about that. I expected them to trade out of it. I was a little nervous that at 6 there would be a quarterback showing up in their space, and it's hard for them to turn that down. Right. But I mean, like I said, I like Pitts a lot, but moving down, there's either going to be a wide receiver or a tackle or a cornerback, and we need them all.
Yeah. The needs list is quite long for that team, and it is nice that they're going to give Hurts a full year of opportunity. So I'd like to see what he could do. Is Taylor tries to find Fields, but Fields not able to come down with that, and it'll be 4th and long.
So,
and turnover on down. Oh, turnover on.
Yep.
Yeah, they got turnover on down. Excuse me. That was 4th and a while.
I'm sorry, I'm talking Eagles here.
Yeah, you got me thinking about the Birds. Now I'm just in my own head disappointed about next year already.
Don't be disappointed. Like I was telling, as my unfortunately, living in this area, we get surrounded by Dallas Cowboy fans, and so I got one in the truck. And I was trying to explain that even in a bad year for the NFC East, you're only going to be 1 or 2 games away from first place.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Don't worry about it, Eagles fans. Even in the rebuilding year, you can still make the playoffs off the NFC East.
I think the excitement of watching Jalen Hurts week in and week out will get me through it.
Yeah, definitely.
As for the rest of that squad, we shall see. And as for that front office, well, that's a whole nother conversation for another day.
But we want to say thank you to everybody for tuning in, and to the Chichester. I have a good relationship with Paul and the superintendent, who was the superintendent of Darby, which is my current hometown. And so I'm glad to be part of your senior night and hope that we could add to it. And thank you guys for once again being here and showing up, holding us down. Sal and Temple in the building. Won't hear Hawk say that too often, but I appreciate you guys. And then also streaming guys. I got the old head guys out with me, former Penwood grads out here manning the cameras because we can't get the kids to work this year in this virtual hybrid type situation. So, we're all happy to be here supporting it. My staff are supporting it as well, all the coaches and our trainer Angie, who's working probably harder than anybody. But we're just thankful for everything and glad to be here and glad to have another Penn win on top of it.
There you go, 3-0 now. I appreciate being here as well. Rap 20-7 is the final score. The Patriots win this one at Chichester High School. You have been tuned in to SFBN. I'm Ray Dunn. He's Rap Curry. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll talk to you real soon.